Relationships are the base of all of your success in all of life. And there's a communication skill that you need to understand about conscious communication that we call dropping the toss. Conscious communication or healthy communication is a constant flow of like playing a game of catch with your child or with a friend. You toss that ball back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And when someone doesn't respond, they drop the ball. Hi, I'm Christopher John Stubbs, founder of the Wolfpack, where we are committed to being the highest level providers, protectors, husbands, fathers, and successful businessmen that we are capable of being, so that we can provide the type of future we want for ourselves, for our loved ones, and to hand off a future to our children that we feel great about. So enjoy this interview recording. And if you haven't joined our free Wolfpack Facebook community, do so now. Look in the description or the comments below, and you'll see a link. Click it. It's free. We got lots of value to add to you. So we'll see you there. To be able to stay on top of all your message threads, I have Telegram, I have WhatsApp, I have Voxer, I have Facebook Messenger, I have text threads, and I think there's one or two others. And so many people drop the ball. Relationships are the base of all of your success in all of life. And there's a communication skill that you need to understand about conscious communication that we call dropping the toss. Conscious communication or healthy communication is a constant flow of like playing a game of catch with your child or with a friend. You toss that ball or that frisbee back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And when someone doesn't respond, they drop the ball. That would be like you and I being in a conversation and you said something to me, and without a word, I just turned around and walked away. How does that feel? To just have someone in the mid-conversation turn around and walk away. It feels shitty, yet it's very common in today's world because it's a digital world. We treat people as if they're not people. When we're on digital world, keyboard warriors will get behind their keyboard and just annihilate people, but they wouldn't do it if that person was in their face. Mike Tyson's talked about this. He's like, too many people run off at the mouth on the internet because they don't have the risk of getting punched in the face. It's a phenomenon that's unhealthy, and it's disrespectful, and it's dishonoring to the one that we are all one. We are all connected, and all humans and all souls deserve to be honored. And all communication, like relationships is everything, and communication is everything to relationships. The rules, I have never extracted these. I'm going to try to extract them from within myself, is respond to everybody. Because there's always response that's needed. Either they're sending you some crappy stuff and they need blocked and or given some feedback, or you need to establish a boundary, or it's an opportunity you want to capitalize on, right? Or just building a connection in a relationship. No balls should be dropped. No conversation should be cut off prior to the value that can be created in that. One of the principles of prosperity is exchange creates wealth. Well, that's not just exchanging money for things, that's exchanging information, that's exchanging connection and presence. That's like presence and attention is the currency of relationships. And so if you want to be successful, you will be able to successfully maintain all of your relationships. Some rules of thumb is remove the relationships that are not aligned so that you're not being hit with stupid stuff. Right. So as you get your sanctuary of your life and your home and your social media and your friends list and the people that text you, when people text you that you don't actually want to be in a relationship with in a kind, loving way, bring that to completion. Just, hey, I don't feel the desire to stay connected. I'd prefer that we don't keep communicating, right? Whatever it is, you bring it to completion so that your energy, all of your energy can be going towards your mission, your purpose, and the relationships that you value. And so you just clear out the riffraff. Then every single message ought to have a response. It either needs deleted, it needs blocked, it needs told to go away, whatever. But let's now get to the point of all the relationships we value. Why would you ever want to walk away from someone mid-conversation without responding and completing that loop of energy? It just makes no sense. It's an absolute energy drain, and it's a dishonor and disrespect to those that you value. And so the rules would be: respond to every single message that's ever sent to you. Create enough time and space in your calendar that between your calls and your commitments and things like that, you can handle those things and keep them buttoned up. Always button them up on a day-to-day basis. Over the weekend, in the evening, I don't respond to almost anything. It'll just be ignored. And then there's time and space throughout my day that within 24 hours, everyone that has messaged me in any form, and if you got on my phone, I receive a lot of messages. I have over 7,500 followers, and a lot of people want to connect with me. And so it's constant. It's on here, ding, 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 while we're talking right now. So when I finish this call, I'll do my best to have time and space between my calls so that I can address all of those responses. Then I'd never open a message when I don't have time to actually respond and be present and bring that to completion. Now, if I end up opening a message and I'm like, ooh, this is deeper than I thought it was, like this requires some presence and some action, then I'll respond again with, hey, I got your message. I don't have time to do this right now. I'll put a note in my calendar to come back. Or, hey, can you hit me up tomorrow morning so that I'll remember this? So I'll throw a toss back. So instead of just dropping the ball and leaving, I'll throw a toss that honors the relationship, lets them know where I'm at, and often actually gives them an action that puts it, if it's something where I feel like, oh, it's my job to follow up on this, then I'll put it in my calendar. If I feel like, no, I can push this responsibility off onto them, they're the ones that want to connect with me, I'm trying to fit it in on their behalf, then I'll say, hey, please hit me up tomorrow or hit me up on Friday. And, some people are trying to sell me stuff and I'm kind of interested, but I don't have time and space to do it. So I'll just say, hey, I don't have the time and bandwidth right now. Please hit me up in a month. And if they want to sell me some stuff, of course, they're going to hit me up in a month. Right. And then if they keep hitting me up and I keep not taking action and I realize, you know what, this is not aligned, then I just tell them, hey, no, I'm not interested. Please stop messaging me. Right. And so if you just communicate honestly in every moment and you honor the principle of don't open it unless you believe you have the ability to respond in that moment. And then if you do open it and you realize it's requiring more than you have the bandwidth for or the desire, the authentic yes to address at the time, toss back that that's the case and set an action in motion that it will be resolved in the future, whether you put it in your calendar or you ask them to message you back. I think that's it. If there's anything else, we'll create another video. All right. I hope you enjoyed that video. We've got more to come. Again, if you haven't joined our free community of men who are committed to being the best versions of ourselves and thriving in our health, our spirituality, our relationships, our finances, our parenting, our sex lives, and for creating a future that we are very excited for our children to take over for us. So if you haven't yet, join us in the Wolfpack. The link is in the description below.